Phil is not a real doctor. While he has a PhD in psychology and used to have a license, he is no longer a licensed psychologist and cannot legally practice in the state of California, where he lives and films his show. But doesn't he practice on the show every day? Wait, isn't he more of a personality? Philip Calvin McGraw, also known as Dr. Phil, born September 1st, 1950. American psychologist, author, and television personality. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so he's a television personality. He's not a real doctor. Regardless, we're here to talk about a very specific clip from one of his shows, and I will link a video down below to August the Duck. He did a really good job covering more parts of the show, but I'm here to talk about Dr. Phil and his take on should men be able to defend themselves against women. Let's just roll the clip and see what's wrong with it.
That she attacked with football moves and tackles and punched.
So funny. A woman abused a man. That's so hilarious, I guess.
Kicked in the face, had a chair that was swung at him from across the room. His mouth was cut up.
And I just want to say, I don't know who this woman is, and I don't know who this man is. They probably both have done stupid stuff, and I'm not here to defend them. But I am here to pick apart a statement, a viewpoint that Dr. Phil has, which is just completely ridiculous.
Bloody nose and scratches on his face, neck, and chest. So you say she has come at you, she has attacked you, and that oftentimes you have done what you have done purely in defense.
Yes, that incident, definitely.
Oh, that seems kind of normal. Now it's time for Dr. Phil to switch it over, find out if this really happened. He sat here and defended himself, and it was just purely in defense. Dr. Phil understands. He repeated it. So he should understand at this point, okay, so the man did what he had to do in defense. Okay, let me ask the woman if any of this is true and get to the bottom of it. But no, Dr. Phil takes a completely different approach, and instead of sitting here and going back to the woman and asking her more questions, getting to the bottom of it, doing whatever that could have been done besides this, he decides to sit here and go after the man about himself defending himself.
I don't care what she does. If she starts punching you, then you turn around and walk away. If she starts following you, then you walk faster. If she starts chasing you, then you outrun her. If you have to, you get behind the door. But you don't ever, never, ever put your hands on a woman in anger, ever.
What? Did he ever say he put his hands on her in anger? Again, I could be missing more parts of the show, and I'm not here to defend this guy. But the guy has every right to be able to defend himself, especially if she's throwing chairs, causing cuts, having him bleed, tackling him with football moves. It seems like this woman, if she actually did do these things, she was actually trying to harm the person, physically harm the person, physically harm this man. And this man sat here and said that he did everything he can in self-defense. And Dr. Phil goes, nope, not good enough. You should have just ran away. Now, here's my take on it. If you can be able to sit here and run away, great. You can avoid it. You can call the police. You can do whatever you have to do to be able to get away without getting physical about it and let the other person be at fault for trying to be physical about it. But you have every right to be able to sit here and respond physical if you're being physically hurt or if somebody's attempting to physically hurt you. You have every right to punch that person right on their jaw, ending the fight, calling the police, letting them know what happened, and you're in no bit of trouble for just simply defending yourself. You have a right as a human being, no matter what sex you are, no matter what gender you are, no matter what your orientation, what your race is, you have every right to be able to sit here and try to survive the best way that you possibly can, and to not let somebody physically maul you. But Dr. Phil's like, oh, nope, you're a man, you have to run away, you gotta turn around, and you're the bad guy because you got physical with a woman. If a woman is literally trying to hurt you, no, you can't touch the woman, you can't do nothing. If a woman's holding a gun at you, nope, you can't defend yourself. You just gotta sit there and take the bullets. If a woman's coming at you with a knife, oh, you just gotta try to run away. If you get stabbed, you get stabbed. Oh well. If a woman's trying to throw a chair at you, oh, nope, you just gotta take the chair like a man. This is completely ridiculous and completely sexist, and if the roles were reversed, Dr. Phil would not be saying this. And going back to August the Duck's video, he finds this text that says Mike admits that he has hit Kirsten, but he says she is the one with the anger issues and has come at him in such an aggressive manner with her military moves that he is often afraid and in defense mode. So this person has a military background, and Dr. Phil is like, oh, nope, you can outrun her. You can walk away. No, this woman seems like she can actually do some damage and has done some damage to this man. And instead of getting to the bottom of it and trying to resolve it and trying to sit here and see who's really at fault for all this abusing and these attacks between them, all this domestic abuse and stuff like that, Dr. Phil would rather sit here and just go after the man and say that you never hit a woman. You never hit a woman. Dr. Phil, grow up. If a woman was coming at you or coming even after your family, you would do anything that you possibly can to be able to defend you and your own family. You would get physical, Dr. Phil, with a woman if a woman was coming after you or your family.
And somehow or another, you think that's funny somehow? Tell me what's funny about that. You just don't put your hands on a woman in anger. And anybody that does is a chicken coward.
I agree with Dr. Phil if the man was doing it just out of anger and he wasn't doing it for self-defense. But I don't see anything surrounding this clip saying that he did it in anger. Well, what's pointing towards this? Does she have allegations of her own? I have no idea. Again, I don't know the state of these guys. I don't know what these guys have done, and I'm not here to defend these two individuals. But I'm here to say that Dr. Phil's point of view on this is completely ridiculous.
No, you're not done. No, let me tell you.
I'm done.
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you want to be done, if you want to walk out of here, then you can walk straight into the LAPD, my friend.
Right, because you're going to end up in jail for defending yourself. Yeah, no, Dr. Phil, you're wrong. You can defend yourself from a woman and be completely fine by not serving any time or any sort of punishment because you are defending yourself. The woman is coming out of her way to attack this man. But again, that's only if Mike's allegations are true and if he only defended himself and didn't do it out of anger. But again, his point of view and his take on it should have been different, I believe. But let's see what other people have to say. If the woman threw the first punch, the man has every right to defend himself. Agreed. Me personally would walk away if possible, but if a chair is being swung at me or I can't get away, I won't fight back physically. I document everything and report it to the police as an assault and be done with that. That's just me personally though. Right, but you're going to suffer from a lot of physical injuries if you let the woman just continue to wail on you and maul on you. But again, some people just don't want to fight back. They don't want to hit a woman. And that is completely fine, but I don't think discouraging other men and go after other men who are willing to defend themselves because they simply do not want to be physically harmed by anybody. Whether you're a man or a woman, they just don't want to be physically harmed, so they will defend themselves physically if they have to. Yes, no explanation needed, yes. Woman bias for his audience, but my only question to him would be is if she was cool and then got the surprise and it disabled him to try to run, then what does he do? Well, you defend yourself. And by the ways, if they're in the comfort of his own home and he owns the home, or if he's in a spot where he doesn't have to leave and she should be the one leaving and she decides to try to get physical, he still has every right to defend himself. Yes, if you could avoid violence, of course, try to avoid violence. But if you're in the comfort of your own home and she's trying to sit here and do this, yeah, get physical with her, sit here, pin her down, call the police, wait for the police to show up, and boom. Not that much force was used onto her. And again, I just think that people should be able to sit here and defend themselves, but not exert enough force to actually try to harm the person any more than what you have to. Exert enough force to be able to stop the situation or halt the situation until a third party can get involved and separate the two individuals. That's my take on it. I very well think a man should be able to legally defend himself if attacked in any way. Of course, that won't be able to control how the women react. That is out of the legal control, but all around, I think a man should be able to defend himself. Agreed. Yes, he should. Believe in equal treatment, so if she gets violent, then he gets violent back. No double standards here. If she is willing to dish it, she best get ready to receive it. Agreed. I believe as long as the appropriate amount of force is used and it's in self-defense, absolutely. Completely agree. My answer to your question is yes. Yes. Never cared for Dr. Phil that much. Can't say I will now after that. I grew up watching Dr. Phil because my mom always watched Dr. Phil. Never really liked the guy or the show. But yeah, it seems like Dr. Phil just wants to sit here and please all the moms in America by saying something like that. Let's put it like this. So a man is expected to walk away if he's being physically harassed by a female. Alright, let's reverse the roles and see what you say now. Exactly. And I bet if this was brought up to Dr. Phil, I don't know what exactly he would say. He'd probably just sit here and say, well, you never hit a woman. Hitting a woman is just wrong. Hitting women is terrible. But women hitting men are fine. Equal rights, equal fights. So is Dr. Phil saying that it was okay for Amber Heard to abuse Johnny Depp like that, and if he put his hands on Amber, then he should turn himself in? Exactly, you can apply this to so many different situations, and Dr. Phil's logic just does not add up. I brought up the scenario, what happens if Dr. Phil's family and Dr. Phil himself was being attacked by a woman? Do you think Dr. Phil would exert any sort of physical force to be able to defend himself and his family? I think so. Let me know down in the comments. And there's so many other replies that are in agreement, and I just appreciate everyone who went to my Twitter to be able to sit here, be involved in it, and comment on it as much as you possibly could. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's opinions that I could be able to include in this video. So if you want to be able to sit here and be involved in the next video, I might post something on my Twitter where I ask a question, and you can be involved in my next video. So go to @TrevorValentine on Twitter, follow me, and look out for another tweet, and you possibly could be involved in my next video. But regardless, comment down below, let me know what you guys think about the whole Dr. Phil thing. Share your opinions down there, type a paragraph, type a sentence, I don't really mind. I'll be able to read through them all. If you guys like this video, make sure to give this a like and a share, and also go down in the description below and follow August the Duck and go to his Dr. Phil video where he has more about it. They talk more about what else happened in the show and things that happened to the man's hotel room. So if you guys want to go get more insight, go to August the Duck's video down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you guys all next time. Peace.